Alright, here we go. I got everything set up. Got to pull this 1J out because fucking emissions is asking to see my damn engine, but it ain't no big thing, you know. So I'm disconnecting everything, remove the hood, draining the radiator, removing my oil cooler, catching any leaks that come out, like transmission fluid, coolant, removing the drive shaft, remove the exhaust, disconnecting the fuel line, making sure all my vacuum lines are removed, any kind of grounds, disconnecting my wideband, and removing the radiator, remove the AC condenser, disconnected all the AC lines, and that's pretty much it right there. It's just got to come out. So here we go. Next day, got the hoist, getting that motherfucker ready to go, you know, set it up. I mean, I called my friend over because it's a lot. It's nice to have a second pair of hands, especially with the 1J. That shit's a tight ass fit in there. It's like virgin pussy and shit. It's tight. Trying to get that thing out. Cause that turbo, I mean, it's not a big ass turbo, but it still rubs on the front frame a little bit. And then you got the driver's side where you got your AC lines and your coolant line for your power steering. But besides that, you just finesse it out a little bit and you'll get that motherfucker out. It ain't too difficult. Here we go. Almost out. Here we go. There we go. Bam. Got it out. So now I'm just removing the motor mounts because I'm going to have to use those on the 1jzgte. Making sure that whatever I need just to make the other one work's going to work. I removed the transmission mount off it too because I'm going to use that on the G. Here comes my brother. Just stand around, you know, look around. Like, hey guys, what the fuck's going on? Good thing you showed up just to push it back in. So I'm going to put it right there. Drop the 1JZ. Now the other engine's in the back. So since I got rocks right there, can't really, I got to break it down. We got to break down the hoist, put it into the back, hoist up the engine, and I'm about to go get my truck so I can back it up. So once it's hoisted up, drop it on the back of the bed and pull it right back out and use the hoist again. You're about to see that. Maybe I should freaking pave that shit, get rid of all them stupid ass rocks, make life easier. Put cars back there and everything, but maybe down the road, we'll see. So there we go, engine. Gotta get the hoist. About to put it back on, hoist it up. Here we go. Bam, got it up. The GE, that motherfucker fits in there like it ain't shit. It's like you throwing a pencil down the hallway. If your ass can't put this in or out, you're screwed. Nah, but it ain't too difficult. This is the smoothest operation you could ever have, putting in another stock ass GE. But right there, I'm putting on the mount. See, transmission mount, motor mount. Put the thermostat in. Just making sure everything's clear. I slip it in. Here we go. The only thing that screws me there is the height of my entrance to my garage. But besides that, bam. Got it in. Make sure everything's mounted up under there. Mounted the transmission mount. Got the bolts in. There we go. Everything's in. So from here on forward, I just gotta basically start plugging everything up and get this bad boy running. You can see I take quite a few fucking breaks. I mean, you could probably I could do this whole damn thing in a day. I started like at 4 p.m. the day prior. Cause I was sort of lagging it. I wasn't in the mood. I didn't really want to fucking do this shit, but it's not that difficult. I've done this shit a few times, so there we go. So now I got it in. Hooking up all my vacuum lines, hooking up the coolant lines, hooking up the heater core lines. Let's see what else. I think there we go. I got the OEM exhaust manifold, throwing on the O2 sensors. You know, use a little bit of anti-seize on those things if you ever change them out. Makes life easier when you take that shit off next time. Boom, bam, slipped in there. Oh, the only thing that was fucking me right there is because I ended up putting the ground prior to doing that. But besides that, it goes in easy. Let's see, tighten everything up. Putting in that ground. I'm in there, put the fuel line in. Got my OEM ECU in there, plugged it all up. Hooked up the power steering, hooked up the AC. I also had to change out the throttle cable back to the OEM one because I was going to use the one for the GTE, but it doesn't work as long. It keeps the throttle open. And that's what I'm doing in there right now, removing that throttle cable. That's about the only thing. Well, the only other thing you gotta do is if you change your fuel pump. But that's straightforward. Now I'm trying to put the front support. About to put the AC condenser back in. I just put the lines on there, but I'm not gonna charge it. That's all straightforward right there. But if you ever pull a damn engine with the whole transmission, that makes life way easier removing all that. It's no big deal. There we go. Got the radiator in. What else? Hooking it all up. Hooking up all my transmission fluid lines, the radiator hose that's under the car. What else? That's pretty much it. I just couldn't find the right size hose for the transmission because I had cut that one, and I didn't want to put the oil cooler for the transmission back in line. Just throwing in the intake, plugging all that up, filling it up. I just used distilled water. I mean, I'm in Vegas, so it ain't gonna make no big difference right now if I use antifreeze or whatever, 50/50. Just as long as you use distilled water. And if you don't keep that shit in your radiator that long. You don't want no fucking mineral deposits and shit building up down the road in your radiator or inside your block. Just do a little bit cleaning, you know, clean up the little spills. Plugging up the drive shaft back up in there again. Drive shaft's good to go. It's only like 4 bolts. They're 14 mil. You know, gotta take a moment, take a selfie. Here we go. Alright, so I'm getting close. First, I didn't want to crank. That shit had me scared. I was like, fuck. This motherfucker's only been sitting there for 5 months. Why the hell did why ain't it cranking? But it probably had no damn. So I cranked it by hand. Everything's smooth. I don't think it ain't have no fuel in it. That's probably the only thing. So I cranked it a little bit, bam, started up like a champion. But I had this leak so you got to make sure your heater core hose is back there pretty tight. I had a shitty ass clamp on there, and that thing was leaking. That shit scared the shit out of me. I thought it was leaking out my exhaust. I was like, oh, fuck. I'm fucked if that's happening. I would have cried. But nah, it was just a clamp. So that's what I'm doing right there, just making sure all that secure back there. Just bullshitting on the phone, you know. Ain't got no rush. There we go. Started it up. Now I'm just trying to make sure I get all the air bubbles out of it. All the air bubbles out of my radiator, the cooling system and all that. Seems to be running fine. Looks good. Threw my little OBD on there. Scanner. Making sure everything's good. Temperatures. It's looking good. I mean, shit, these engines are pretty much indestructible if you keep them fucking stock. Besides that, there you go. I'm checking my transmission fluid. That shit was low. So I had to fill it up a little bit. It's like no way to not lose any freaking fluid when you're pulling an engine or whatever. There we go. Starts up now every time. Just trying to get all that air out of it. And that's pretty much it right there. That's all it takes. It's pretty quick. It ain't too difficult. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Comments, whatever. Critics. Any questions you got, let me know. All right.